Eggs! They're a small ingredient with a big personality, versatile, protein-packed, delicious, and affordable. And when it comes to the classic omelet, there's really two kinds of classics. Yeah, that's right. There's the American one, and there's the French one. I'm gonna give you the techniques to tackle both of them. It's all about the roll. It's all about the fold. So let's get cracking, make it happen.
Life can be a struggle, but a good meal doesn't have to be. We can make creative, nutritious, and inventive dishes that won't break the bank. We'll eat well and save money, because that's what we do. Welcome to Struggle Meals.
We've got the same humble ingredient, the egg, and we're gonna have a totally different final product, an essential one, if you will, the omelet. I'm gonna show you two excellent ways to make them. The first is the French omelet, and think petite, delicate, soft, coddled. The second is the American omelet, which is a little bit more fluffy, but it's also harder cooked, so it can hold more ingredients on the inside. Let's start with the French omelet. We crack the yolk, we spin the fork. Let's turn our heat on. We're gonna hit it with a little bit of salt. We're gonna hit it with a little bit of pepper. Mix that around. And I've got 2 pads of packet drawer butter here. So we're gonna let this butter fully melt. Let's come in with our eggs. And now there will be some conjoining of the eggs and the butter. So here's what we do. We keep it on medium. We keep our patience high. Bring from the outside in. We're looking for coagulation. You can see it starting to happen a little bit. Once it starts to solidify like that, we're just gonna let it sit. At this point, we can hit it with salt on the inside. We're gonna hit it with a little bit of Parmesan cheese. The French omelet is very delicate, so whatever fillings you choose, keep them sparse. Now it's time to fold the omelet, and the French, they do it more as a roll. So I like to come around the edge and fold it a little bit like that. I'll fold it again. Boom, like that. I'm killing the heat now. And that top layer, it's not fully cooked, right? It's sort of runny. It's gonna cook now. You've got this residual heat wrapped in this sort of like burrito sleeping bag that's gonna cook it through all the way. Bring it to the end of the plate. So that's my delicately rolled French omelet. Now, onto the American one. Crack the yolks. The American omelet's getting 1 egg more because it's gonna be a heartier omelet that we can fill with more things. A little bit of water is gonna go into the eggs. The water is going to steam this egg from the inside out. So as we get that solidified egg base, it will be cooking through beautifully and slightly rising thanks to the steam of the water. It's a pro tip. Let's get our fire going. I'm gonna get 2 packet drawer butters. So far exactly the same. It's time to get our egg in. Very nice. We're gonna do the same thing we did with the French omelet here. I'm gonna bring the outsides to the inside. Once it starts happening like this, you gotta stop, because then you're gonna go scrambled eggs, right? You can take these crazy edges and knock them in. The American omelet can have color, and it should have color. It should have the slightest bit of brown, whereas the French should have none. We can salt it. We can pepper it. Tomato, some cheddar cheese. Oh yeah, totally different than the French omelet. When you just see how I'm filling it here. Gonna take a peek here. Ooh, and I'm starting to get color, great. So I'm gonna take this half, and I'm gonna go up and over. Something like that. Here we go. On the left, we have the American omelet. It's hearty, it's sturdy, it's ready to get to work. And on the right, we have the French omelet, which is petite and delicate and lightly cooked and lightly filled. They're very different. Is there one better than the other? No, they're different. There's only different. And that's the beautiful thing about the omelet. I'm gonna top this one with some parsley leaves. I'm taking scissors to the parsley on the American omelet. You know, honestly, this omelet's more rustic. This one is more refined. And sometimes I like rustic more than refined and vice versa. And that's the beautiful thing about the egg. You can cook it to conform whatever mood you're feeling, morning, afternoon, or night. The French omelet, 49 cents. Gotta love it. And the American omelet at 93 cents. This is mostly due to the fact that there's an extra egg and even more fillings in it. Let's cut into the French one. Really, really nice, soft, fluffy. Fantastic, frugal, and fancy. Love it. Onto the American omelet. You can see the difference here in the egg. It's more of a egg pancake that has been flipped on top of itself. And that tastes amazing. So those are the basics of making an omelet. And once again, we see how incredible the egg is, because with just a little tweak, With temperature, we get two polar opposite dishes. The American omelet, which is sturdy, hearty, and highly fillable, and the French omelet, which is light, delicate, and rolled. They're both delicious.